Hey everybody, this is Mr. D with the CCIC Infrastructure Engineering course, and today we're going to be talking about a jigsaw. The jigsaw is a type of oscillating tool that's made for finer and curved cuts. When I say this is an oscillating tool, what that means is that the blade is going to oscillate, going in and out of the power tool as it cuts through your piece. There's a few different parts to recognize on the jigsaw itself. The first is the shoe, or the base plate. The shoe or the base plate needs to sit flat against the work as you move your jigsaw along cutting. It also has a variable speed trigger. What this means is that the farther the trigger is pressed, the faster the jigsaw is going to work. This jigsaw is a corded jigsaw. There's also cordless jigsaws that are battery operated. Right here is my blade release trigger. What this does is allows me to put the blade into the groove of the roller. Also on the bottom, you'll notice here on the shoe, is that the base plate can tilt different directions so I can cut my piece at a bevel. This right here is my blade angle adjustment, and this is adjusted depending on the type of cut I need to make. When using the jigsaw, you'll realize that there's a number of blades to choose from very skinny with many teeth to longer, wider, and not as many teeth. So what is each blade used for? The smaller the blade, the skinnier the blade, the more teeth the blade is for finer cuts. This blade will turn with a smaller radius, and it can make finer curved cuts. Sometimes blades are used for metal, and longer blades that don't have as many teeth and a wider surface are used for cutting more rough lumber. This is a faster cutting tool, but you cannot get as fine of a cut as you would with one with many teeth on a small blade. The first thing you need to know before using your jigsaw is following the proper safety precautions. The first is obviously that I'm wearing protective eyewear. When I'm starting to insert the blade, I'm going to make sure that the teeth are facing away from the tool, and when I press the trigger release, I can slide the blade up into the trigger lock. Notice that my blade sits within the grooves of the roller, and this is used to keep the blade straight during cutting. Also, you'll notice the most important part is that I'm always changing blades with the cord unplugged. When determining where to make my cut and the piece that I'm cutting on, I'm going to make sure that my cut location is outside of my supports. The reason for this is to avoid the piece binding and the blade getting caught. Also, I'm going to make sure that my cord is managed and out of the way, and that there's nothing underneath where I'm cutting where my work will fall. Now that my tool is plugged in, and I've confirmed that my cord is out of the way and there's nothing underneath my workpiece, I'm ready to make my cut. Again, remember that the harder I press the trigger, the faster the blade is going to move. I'm going to align my work and make sure my base plate's going to align flat, and I'm going to stay on the way side of my cut line. Never ever touch your blade after making a cut because it's guaranteed to be super hot. Thanks for tuning in to the CCIC Infrastructure Engineering page where you learned about what a jigsaw is. Don't forget to take your quiz before next class.